Well, sometimes lost in the shuffle of all that is Colby Covington, we don't talk enough about just how elite a welterweight this is. Realized the UFC interim welterweight title back in the day, and he's a guy who many people believe on any given Saturday night, he can be the top 170-pound fighter.
Absolutely, and it's the work ethic. It's the work ethic of Colby Covington that stands out. When I was at Oklahoma State as a coach, we wanted to recruit Colby Covington out of junior college because he was such a phenomenal workhorse. Everybody recognized it from day one, and when you watch him in his approach to his fights, he fights that very same way. He's in your face, he's grabbing you, he's clinching you, he's taking you down, and he'll even stand and strike and throw big shots with you as the fight progresses. Don't mistake the talk for a guy that cannot back you up with action. Colby Covington is a savage.
Fear is not a factor for Colby Chaos Covington. Well, enjoy him while he's here, folks, because you never know if this will be the last time we see Nate Diaz in the UFC with a fan base really as big as any fighter in the sport. Diaz is back tonight, and we're glad to see him.
Stop and stand up. This guy has a cult following. He is one of the most interesting guys in the UFC because he has this sense that he really doesn't care to be here, but he also doesn't feel as comfortable anywhere but in the octagon. So it's a love-hate relationship with fighting for Nate Diaz. When he's happiest, when he's best, he's fighting in the UFC. A guy that boxes, unbelievable, but I think it's the attitude of Nate Diaz that has made him into one of the biggest stars that we've ever seen in the octagon.
He had a couple of life-changing paydays against Conor McGregor, the win at UFC 196, the majority decision loss at UFC 202.
Which to this day he says he won, right?
He thinks he won that fight. But one thing goes without saying, and I'll say it anyway, when Nate Diaz fights, the world is watching, and that is the case yet again here tonight. Our tale of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. We go inside the octagon. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Colby Chaos Covington. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is an Ultimate Fighter season winner, Nate Diaz!
Herb Dean, third party in the octagon tonight. All right, early round action here, and I have said for a long time, Colby Covington is the last man on the roster I would want to be locked in an octagon with. Just a suffocating approach to every aspect of the game. Volume striker, volume takedowns. Really a case of pick your poison.
Oh, nice right hand.
Inside and ultimately to get the takedown.
I mean, even when he's striking, he's always thinking about the takedown. I know I referred to the Lawler fight on a number of occasions, but even in that fight, when he threw 400 strikes, he attempted 20 takedowns.
Right, Diaz has got the back going for the rear naked choke. Oh, that rear naked choke is tight. Trying to get under the chin. Oh, wow, he got out and mounted him.
What a beautiful display of submission defense, not panicking whenever he was beat so greatly by that rear naked choke.
2 minutes have expired in our opening round.
And doing work with the jabs.
Now he's got the single collar and the clinch. Throwing that jab now again, the fighter evades. Oh, now the hook and the clinch by Covington.
He's got to throw that kick behind those punches.
Nice. Nicely done. Oh, and that kick is blocked. Nice crack there.
He's got that single collar tie locked in.
Looked like he might have landed there. Instead, a swing and a miss by Diaz.
Right back in the clinch. Look, take it for a ride. Nice double leg. Nice finish.
Looks like a potential submission attempt here.
He should be defending right now. Attacking elbow.
Oh, he got out. How good is that?
This guy is so aware. He never leaves anything long to allow for himself to get subbed. Had the submission in very tight, but as it started to slip, he went right back to the dominant position.
Lands with the ground and pound. Diaz trying to scramble back to his feet. Well, not sure if I saw it. He stopped and slap in there, but it has been punches and bunches from Nate Diaz.
As it always is, right? Nate is a guy that is going to overwhelm you.
Somehow, his opponent stayed upright.
I mean, he's still on his feet, but he's not up by much.
Diaz goes in for the takedown now, and he's able to get it. Beautiful transition there after he was getting stunned on the feet. All right, that's the end of the round, so the complexion of this one may have changed a little bit. You see the cut above his eyes sustained in that round. One of the best cut men in the business. He'll get in there and try to close it up before it becomes a bigger issue than it already is. All right, let us now take a look back at some of the replays, Daniel, from that previous round. And he certainly has the hands and the feet going tonight, as he caused the cut there in that previous round.
A lot of times you can't even dream this stuff up, where you fight this well. He has done everything right, and he opened up a massive cut over his opponent's eyes. And now you start to see the blood leak down into the eye, limiting his ability to try to slow him down.
All right, we will see how much that bleeding has stopped as we get ready for this next round. Beautiful hook. Nice punch from the clinch by Covington.
That was a nice transition. That was right off the strike into the takedown, and it looked effortless. It did not look like he had to work hard to finish his takedown at all. Oh, nice jab there by Covington. That one snuck in. Nice strike.
Keep the pressure on. Everything's landing.
Big right hook coming, it's blocked. Oh, pretty good handiwork on the feet there from Colby Covington. Doesn't get enough credit for the striking, but it's certainly on point tonight, champ.
Massive elbow lands from the clinch.
Now some uppercuts.
He better move, John. He cannot take these uppercuts from this position.
And he's back up again. So the takedowns have been there, as have the get-ups.
Great job getting that punch to the target.
Oh, beautiful uppercut there. DC really falling in love with that strike here tonight.
Well, you use the uppercut to try and time the wrestler trying to close the distance on you. He has used it multiple times, and he has really started to deter the wrestler from leveraging it.
All right, so now blood is a factor. You see that he has been opened up in that eye area.
Yeah, he's got hit in the eye, and now there's a cut. But it's nothing to worry about too much now. But he's got to be very careful with it as we go forward.
Pretty good position here with the single collar in the clinch. Covington's bleeding from the mouth, Daniel. Looks as though there's a cut on his lip. Thankfully, he's a lot tougher than I am.
Another takedown land.
Under 2 minutes now to go in round two. Oh, we'll see if he postures up and can get some of his ground strikes going here. Good work from the top here by Diaz. This pace is just absurd, and he has kept it up throughout the fight. Shades of Max Holloway against Calvin Kattar, punches and bunches.
I mean, being there, watching Max Holloway do what he did was super impressive. So to even list his performance alongside that tells you how this guy is fighting tonight.
Covington going for the takedown, but unable to land. All right, so some definite damage underneath the elbow now on the side of his opponent. A lot of strikes to the body starting to add up.
Yeah, a lot of strikes to the body and mixing up the attack, not being one-dimensional, not headhunting inside the octagon. I think he has fought beautifully right now. He's starting to show it.
Takedown attempt late in the round, and he gets it. Final seconds. Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Covington. 10 minutes in the books. All right, so the round is over, but not before damage was done. Cut on the cheek, sustained in that round. Cut man in there quickly as usual to try to seal it up. All right, back to the stools we go, and it's starting to look like a second mouth on his cheek.
Yeah, it looks terrible. I mean, the guy is getting hit with big shots. One big enough to open up a nasty cut on his cheek. While it's in a better spot, it still is very difficult to deal with.
Like if he absorbs another strike on that cheek, he might actually be able to eat through that cut on his cheek. I'm just saying.
He's got a big mouth.
Third round underway. All right, next round is now underway. I thought there was pretty good back and forth action in the previous round.
Yes, it wasn't a firefight. It wasn't two guys throwing the kitchen sink at each other. But you did see times when it came together and you saw the skill level of these two fighters.
Oh, he's got the single collar locked in the clinch now. Immediately gets the underhook.
Oh, he better start moving. You can't take two men in an uppercut.
All right, he's sort of hanging out here unguarded, DC. Not going for that patented rear naked choke now.
Oh, he's got him in a choke here. That rear naked choke is tight. He's working harder and harder to just secure the arm under the chin to make his opponent tap.
And don't do it!
Oh, my goodness!
No judges needed this time around. So what a win for him here tonight. He gets it done and gets it done by way of submission. He told us this week, I gotta keep these judges out of it. Mission accomplished.
Absolutely. He is a phenomenal grappler. He said that he held the advantage there and that would show itself in the fight. He proved that and he gets a submission victory. Amazing.
All right, let's take a look back at the replay as he gets it done by submission tonight, champ.
He does a great job of staying patient. He doesn't rush or panic. You are never safe when you're fighting this guy. You're in a lot of trouble. You're in a lot of trouble the entire time when you're this good in the submissions.
Back inside the octagon once again, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 34 seconds of the third round. For the winner by submission, Nate Diaz!
All right, so a huge win for Nate Diaz. The celebration is on, of course, in Stockton, California and beyond. And I know we all wish we would see Nate more often, but whenever he shows up to fight, always able to do so at a high level.
Nate Diaz has become a massive star in the UFC. He believes in himself. He trains extremely hard. And when he goes into the octagon, he always gives you 110%. Tonight, that was enough to get his hand raised.